I got transmigrated into a web novel as a random NPC. After finding out that the female lead's rival was doomed to be a stepping stone for the main couple, I couldn't help her dying like that. So I ignored my system's warnings and decided to save her. As long as her love for me hits 100, she can break free from her villain role and live as a normal person. And I can take the system's $5 million reward and go back to my own world. So I became Shen Xiaowei's shadow. Her company keeps her busy, so I applied to be her personal assistant to help lighten the load. She gets back pain from working overtime all the time, so I paid my own way to Thailand to learn the world's best soft tissue massage, just so I could rub her shoulders, legs, and back when she wasn't feeling well. One night she craved wontons from a shop outside the city. I couldn't get a taxi, so I walked 6 miles in the pouring rain just to buy them for her.
在打不到出租车的情况下，我不惜冒着大雨徒步10公里去给她买。
But right when I finally got her affection up to 99, the male lead kissed her right in front of me, and her Haogandu instantly dropped to 0. My system sighed and asked, "That's the third time, you want to keep going?" I felt dead inside. I just shook my head. "No, just take me home, I miss my mom." The moment I started to disappear, Shen Xiaowei looked up in disbelief, panic all over her face. Then she forgot her image as a national movie star, dropped to her knees, and begged me not to leave. 3 days earlier, I went with Shen Xiaowei to her class reunion. At the party, the male lead Lu Ming lost a game of truth or dare. He had to kiss someone of the opposite sex on the spot, and he immediately chose my fiancée, Shen Xiaowei. Her friends all looked at me and said, "It's just a game, bro. You don't mind, right?" Shen put her arm around my shoulder and spoke before I could. "Don't be gross." Everyone laughed at how lucky I was to be with a big star like Shen Xiaowei, but they didn't know she was digging her fingers into my shoulder so hard it hurt. When I looked at her for help, she was staring right at Lu Ming, totally oblivious. Lu Ming used to be the school heartthrob. Everyone was chanting for him to just kiss someone already. His eyes were watery, and he forced a smile, but his eyes never left us. A girl who'd had a crush on Lu Ming back in the day grabbed his hand and said, "Shen Xiaowei doesn't want to? That's fine. You've got me." She smiled like a lovesick fool and leaned in to kiss him. Shen Xiaowei just kept her head down, eating the orange she'd just peeled. She even broke off a piece and tried to feed it to me, but I could see her affection points dropping. I knew she was hurting, and just using me to distract herself. Lu Ming held back his tears. Just as that girl was about to kiss him, he shoved her away and yelled, "No way!"
最后那个女生快要碰到他时，他猛地将人推开，大喊一声：“我不愿意。”
Shen Xiaowei's orange slice stopped in midair. Then Lu Ming said, with all the feeling in the world, "There's only one person in my heart. I know she's about to get married, but I still want to be brave, just for today."
但我还是想要在今天勇敢一次。
With that, he walked over, pulled me aside, and kissed Shen Xiaowei on the mouth. She didn't resist. In fact, right before he pulled away, she pulled him back into the kiss. The room went totally silent, then exploded with cheers and whistles. People even pulled out their phones to take pictures. My system screamed next to me, "Hello? Do you remember you have a boyfriend?" But no one could hear her except me. An alarm kept blaring in my head over and over. Affection points reset to 0. Affection points reset to 0. They kissed for 2.5 minutes before finally pulling apart. Both of them were out of breath and giving each other that lovesick look. The next second, Shen Xiaowei took Lu Ming by the hand and walked out in front of everyone. My system asked, sounding defeated, "Third fail. Do you want to keep trying?" I gave a bitter smile and shook my head. "No, I want to go home." Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Shen Xiaowei pause for a split second. But in the end, she walked away without looking back, leaving me behind in front of everyone. When I got outside, her car was long gone. And it was a remote area, so I had to walk home. Car after car sped past me. One person who didn't like me rolled down their window just to call me shameless. "I've always hated how you act like a lapdog. Just do your job as an assistant and stop dreaming. You only got close to her because Lu Ming was gone." Then they gunned the engine and blew exhaust in my face. I took out a wet wipe to clean my face and dry my tears. I didn't steal anyone. When I first came into this novel, Lu Ming had already dumped Shen Xiaowei and left the country to get engaged to the female lead, Gu Haimo. My system told me that if I could get Shen's affection to 100%, I could save her from her doomed ending and take $5 million home. This was my third time trying. First attempt, Shen Xiaowei got trapped in a fire caused by a crew mistake. I risked my life to save her, but she woke up with amnesia and thought I started the fire. She dragged me online. Second attempt, she finally agreed to marry me. I spent almost a year planning the wedding. But on the big day, Lu Ming called her with a weepy voice, saying his stomach hurt. She ditched me on the spot and caught the first flight overseas to take care of him. I could have blamed that on the fact that her affection was only at 60% back then, but this time I hit 99%, and it still got reset. My system tried to comfort me. At least I only had 10 more days before I could go home. But because I'd come here against the rules, there'd be a little backlash before I left. I gave a bitter laugh. I've been through so much already. You really think I'm scared? The next day, Shen Xiaowei had a shoot, so I got there early to prepare. I was about to go home and didn't want to cause anyone any trouble. But Shen was late. I called her for an hour, no answer. The director didn't dare yell at Shen, so he took it out on me. "Aren't you her assistant? Shouldn't you have communicated with her ahead of time?" I just kept bowing and apologizing. I opened WeChat and sent message after message asking when she'd show up. I couldn't help worrying about her career. This movie was a big deal for her. If it went well, it could win her the Best Actress award she'd been chasing for 4 years. Plus, the director was a big shot. Pissing him off would make things really hard for her later. Right when I was running around like a headless chicken, the director told me Shen Xiaowei had already called in sick. She said she couldn't make it today. Shen has a good rep in the industry and a lot of pull, so he believed her right away. But the crew still took a financial hit. The director sent the bill to her agent. When her agent found out, she blamed everything on me. She docked 3 months of my pay to teach me a lesson, and even posted about it in the company group chat as a warning. Shen Xiaowei never said a word to defend me. Just silence. At 2:30 p.m., Lu Ming posted a picture on his moments. The photo showed their fingers interlocked. The caption said, "Got bored, so I made future Best Actress Shen Xiaowei lie and take the day off to hang out with me." Underneath, people immediately commented, "Now that's a power couple. Perfect match. Hope they stay together forever. And don't let that Guqian guy sneak in again." Less than 5 seconds later, someone replied with disdain, "So what if he sneaks in? He had 4 years and still couldn't win Shen's heart. Pathetic." Shen Xiaowei ignored all the comments mocking me. She replied underneath, "As long as you're happy, I'd do anything." She openly showed her love for Lu Ming and said nothing about the insults thrown at me. I couldn't help but message her. "Why didn't you tell me you were taking leave? I'm not just your assistant, I'm your boyfriend." This time, Shen replied fast, "You're just an assistant. I don't have to clear everything with you." I laughed bitterly. Just an assistant. For Lu Ming, she took a 3-day leave, something she'd never done before. Now she was drawing a clear line between us. Yeah, in her heart, nothing and no one matters more than Lu Ming. I'm done replying. Deleted everything about him from my phone. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm quitting. The next day, when I went to the agency to see my manager, I accidentally bumped into Lu Ming. She frowned, rubbed her shoulder, looked up to snap at me, but stopped when she saw it was me.
在看清是我后收回了话。
Then she quickly picked up my resignation contract that had fallen on the floor. He couldn't help but gasp. "It's just asking for a day off to hang out with me and you're throwing a fit and quitting?" With one sentence, he made me look like I was being totally unreasonable. "Sorry, Qian. We just played too late and got tired, so I begged him to take the day off for me." "We forgot to let you know. Don't worry, it won't happen again. We'll definitely tell you way in advance so you're not put in a tough spot. Your post last night was way too harsh. Don't take it to heart. Honestly, I'm really grateful you've taken care of Xiaowei all these years, keeping her so well." Lu Ming smiled warmly. I smiled back. I tried to pull my hand away, but he held on tight. Seeing that, my eyes went cold instantly. Then I yanked hard and slapped him right across the face without a second thought. I didn't overthink it. I just didn't want any more drama with him. A bright red handprint appeared on Lu Ming's face instantly. He covered his cheek, staring at me in disbelief. Just as he was about to fight back, Shen Xiaowei's angry shout came from behind. "Lu Ming, what are you doing?" I watched coldly as Shen Xiaowei stepped in front of me. Lu Ming pointed at his face, all hurt. "Xiaowei, he hit me first. He said I'm shameless. After stealing someone else's girlfriend. He also slapped me. I got mad and wanted to hit back, and you just happened to show up." Shen Xiaowei basically believed Lu Ming right away. She touched his face gently and spoke softly. "I was wrong about you. Does it hurt?" She wiped away Lu Ming's tears and pulled him behind her. Then she turned to me coldly and said something. I gritted my teeth and stayed silent. Shen Xiaowei let out a light tisk. "You're the one with bad morals. How dare you throw a tantrum?" The system couldn't stand it anymore. It yelled at Shen Xiaowei from the side. "Go get your eyes checked if you're that blind. Why do you believe everything he says? You won't believe your own boyfriend? Back then, Lu Ming dumped you. Ran off abroad to marry Gu Hanmo. Did you forget all that? Qian saved your life when you tried to kill yourself. You said Qian was your only salvation in this world. Did you forget everything? Just wait. When Qian really leaves, you'll regret it." Shen Xiaowei chuckled lightly. "My heart belongs only to Lu Ming. I don't care about anyone else." Hearing that, not only was I stunned, but even the system froze. How can she hear me like that? I didn't say anything. After taking a breath, I spoke calmly. "Sorry." Lu Ming looked a little surprised. I ignored his expression. Then I continued talking to Shen Xiaowei. "You're right. I'm morally corrupt. So of course I'm not fit to be your assistant. That's why I'm resigning." Shen Xiaowei's expression froze for a second. Her smile slowly faded. "You're serious?" I didn't answer. I walked past her. She tried to follow me, but Lu Ming grabbed her arm. "Xiaowei, he's just putting on an act. There's no way he'd actually leave you." Hearing that, Shen Xiaowei stopped. I let out a scornful laugh. I didn't bother arguing about whether it's real or not. Time will tell. After submitting my resignation and finishing all the handovers, it was already evening. I felt pretty great at that moment, because in a few days I'd be going home to see my mom after so long. She's probably the only woman in this world who truly loves me. But right as I stepped out of the company, my heart started aching badly. The system appeared and told me this was the backlash before going home. I squatted down and rested for a long time. Then I suddenly remembered I had a kitten at home. I adopted that kitten after coming to this world. Back in the days before Shen Xiaowei liked me, it was my only comfort. Without it, I probably would have broken down long ago. When I got home, I unlocked the door for memory and went in. The whole place had changed. My slippers by the door were gone. Not only that, the couple photo on the TV cabinet and the succulents in the kitchen had all been thrown away. Their spots were replaced with photos of Shen Xiaowei and Lu Ming, and bouquets of roses that Lu Ming likes. I froze, then rushed straight to the cat room. Everything in the cat room was cleared out too. It had been turned into Lu Ming's gaming room. I searched the whole house. Every corner, no kitten. Click! The front door opened. Both of them froze when they saw me. I stormed over furiously and demanded, "Where's my cat?" Lu Ming chuckled and said casually, "I'm allergic to cat fur. I threw it away last night." I was shaking with rage and grabbed him by the collar. "Where did you dump it?" Lu Ming choked and coughed hard, tears glistening in his eyes. Shen Xiaowei tried to pry my hand off, but I slapped her hard. "How could you let him throw away my kitten? It's not even your pet. Are you that eager to let this guy into our lives? Shen Xiaowei, you're hopeless." Hearing that, Shen Xiaowei pulled my hand off Lu Ming, then reached up to wipe the tears from the corner of my eye. I glared at her. "If my kitten dies, neither of you will get off easy." Shen Xiaowei panicked a little and whispered to comfort me. "Don't be mad, let me take you to find the kitten, okay?" Lu Ming had forced the kitten into the car. I watched the security footage. The kitten's claws were digging into the ground, refusing to go with Lu Ming, but he dragged it into the car without hesitation. I stared coldly at Lu Ming. "Lead the way." I drove myself. Lu Ming sat in the passenger seat and directed us all the way to a slaughterhouse. The place was filthy and stank. Shen Xiaowei held back her disgust and followed close beside me. I could hear the cries of cats and dogs inside. Pitiful, heart-wrenching, like they were waiting for their owners to come save them and take them home. My heart raced even more. I was terrified something had happened to my kitten. After getting the owner's permission, I rushed in and searched through the cats. There weren't many dogs, but they all looked really sick. The cats meowing were everywhere. I searched from dusk till dawn and found nothing. The system sighed and tried to comfort me. "Maybe in a few years after the kitten is reincarnated, you can raise it properly when you get home." I gritted my teeth. I don't want to wait for my kitten's next life. Finally, just when I was about to lose hope, the owner pointed to a corner and asked, "Is that the one?" I spun around, looking where he pointed. The kitten in the corner wasn't moving at all. I softly called its name. No response. I reached out and touched it, only to realize it had stopped breathing long ago. In that moment, I broke down crying. If only I'd found her sooner, I could have saved her. The more I thought about it, the harder I cried, until I nearly passed out. Shen Xiaowei looked grim. She pulled me into her arms and said, "It's okay, we can have another cat. Let's go adopt a new one, okay?" All I could smell on Shen Xiaowei was perfume, the scent of osmanthus flowers that I knew Lu Ming loved. I pushed her away expressionless. No need. Shen Xiaowei forced me to turn and face her, demanding, "Why? Why have you gotten so cold lately? Don't you feel anything for me anymore?" I gave a bitter smile, thinking her question was ridiculous. Then the owner spoke up. "Someone in your car has been banging on the door. Looks pretty anxious." Hearing that, Shen Xiaowei immediately ran toward the car. The moment she left, my heart started aching again. As the system called out to me, my vision went dark, and I completely passed out. I don't know how long I was out. When I opened my eyes, I heard Shen Xiaowei's angry voice. "Heart failure. The doctor says you don't have long to live. Why didn't you tell me? Do you even think of me as your girlfriend?" Shen Xiaowei sat beside me, eyes red, clutching the diagnosis report. I smiled calmly. "Good. Now no one's stopping you from being with Lu Ming." Shen Xiaowei's pupils trembled. "So you've been planning to leave me all along, haven't you? How dare you do this to me?" I lowered my head. Maybe I really did love Shen Xiaowei once, but that was in the past. I gave her a cold, indifferent look. "Because you chose Lu Ming over me, right in front of my face, again and again. You don't deserve me. I stopped liking you a long time ago." Shen Xiaowei couldn't hold back her tears. I reached up and wiped her tears. "You should be happy. I'm leaving. Now you can fly away with him." "No!" Lucy shouted at me. "I've been acting these past few days. Didn't you notice at all? I deliberately said you were just my assistant. I made you apologize to him. Why don't you get it? The one I've always loved is you. I know you have a system. Once my Haogandu hits 100, you'll leave. I didn't want you to leave, so I had to act cold and bring your Haogandu down. But I never thought that even if it never hit 100, you could still go home. Now this system is taking you home, isn't it?" The system floated beside me, too scared to make a sound. We were both out of breath, looking at each other in silence. Then Tom pushed open the door and came in. "Lucy, was everything you just said true?" Right in front of him, I pulled Lucy over and gave her a kiss. He's lying. Lucy's eyes lit up. She tried to lean in again, but I pushed her away. "Don't you want me to leave? Fine. Have him get on his knees and bow a few times, apologize to my cat, then get the hell out." Lucy lowered her head and said nothing. Seeing her stay silent, I knew she couldn't do it. Tom's eyes instantly filled with tears. "Jack, you know how much I love Lucy. 4 years ago, I went abroad just because we had a fight, and you just took advantage of it. Everyone called you shameless. I was the one who shut them up for you. If it weren't for me, you'd have been dragged all over the internet. You were about to let go, so why are you still clinging to Lucy?" As he spoke, Tom actually got down on his knees. "Please, I'm begging you. Give Lucy back to me, okay?" Lucy tried to help him up, but Tom dodged her. He stared right at me. "If Jack won't forgive me, I'm not getting up." The hospital room door was open. People were passing by, all watching him kneel there, making me look like the villain. Lucy knelt halfway, holding Tom. "He did what you asked. Isn't that enough to satisfy you?" I looked down at him. "Since you're so protective of him, you get on your knees too. Consider it paying for his sins." Lucy's eyes turned cold. I let out a laugh. "So this is your so-called love? You won't even get on your knees. I don't want your affection. Just get lost." Ever since Lucy stepped into showbiz, she'd always lived like a star surrounded by fans. And after Anna came along, I treated her even more carefully. She'd never experienced anything like this. She wouldn't lower her head, her face turned bright red. But wanting everything? How is that possible? Seeing Tom looking so miserable, afraid to leave Lucy's side, that was enough to satisfy me. Suddenly, Lucy roared. In the end, she couldn't stand seeing Tom suffer, so she helped him up. Let's just forget it. It's only a cat. I'll find you an identical one later. Tom just had a headache and wasn't feeling well. He couldn't bow to you. I pulled him close and slapped him across the face. Lucy, you're worse than an animal! Lucy's face turned even colder, even more impatient. She turned around and led Tom away by the hand. For the next few days, whether Lucy was filming on set or going to events, she had Tom by her side. In no time, their CP fanbase online grew bigger every day. Oh my god, so Tom quit showbiz just to be with Lucy. They look so sweet together, I can't believe it's real. Can Tom really not come back? I want to see them in a dating show. Lucy rode the wave of public opinion and started arranging gigs for Tom. In no time, the buzz around the two of them was hotter than ever. They announced a bunch of CP product endorsements, but when Anna came to see me at the hospital in the middle of the night, she always asked me, "Why don't you look even a little bit unhappy?" I didn't respond. The next time I saw Tom was when he was doing a live stream variety show to make a comeback. One of the scenes was supposed to take place right in the hospital where I was recovering. Before the live stream, he and Anna were holding a gift bag. "Jack, long time no see. Anna and I bought this especially for you. Hope you don't mind." When everyone looked over and saw it was me, their faces got really weird. Even though Anna and I had always kept our relationship a secret, sometimes rumors about us dating would still leak out in the industry, but her fans would just shut them down. The live stream quickly turned to us. I didn't take his fruit basket. "No thanks. I can't really eat fruit right now. Mr. Tom, don't you check what a patient can have before bringing stuff?" Tom choked for a second, then put his smile back on. "Sorry about that. Have you eaten? Let me have Anna get you something." Anna stared at me, her eyes full of longing. Then she said in a tone that left no room for argument, "I'll go buy it." While she was out getting lunch, Tom wiped away her fake tears and gave me a defiant look. "You think you're slicker than me? Coming up with this whole weak heart, don't have long to live act to get Anna's attention? Even I almost can't keep up with you." But you know what? The third wheel is the third wheel. Anna will never like you. I suggest you get the hell out once you're better, or I'll make sure you can't survive in this industry. I gotta say, it's a real shame he quit the industry 4 years ago. With his ability to flip emotions that fast, he could have been a best actor by now. I raised my hand and slapped her, grabbed her hair and pulled her close to whisper a warning. "Do I need to remind you how you got back into the country? Guess where Lucy is right now? Want to go see your dear wife?" Tom yelped in pain, then panicked. But she still tried to act tough. "It's just a threat. You think I'm scared of you?" I chuckled. "Then just wait and see. I prepared a little show for you." After saying that, I looked toward the hospital room door. Slowly, a slender woman appeared outside. Her eyes were cold, and her voice was even colder. "Tom, you've made me look everywhere for you." Tom knew that voice better than I did. She started shaking all over. I couldn't help but laugh. "What? You don't recognize your own wife's voice?" Lucy is a pretty big-shot director in the industry. Nobody wanted to miss that bombshell. In an instant, news of her return went viral. At the same time, news that the two were married also blew up. Tom still didn't dare turn around. She clung to my hand, refusing to let go. "Who the hell are you? How do you know all this?" I just smiled and didn't answer directly. "Happy? I told you, once the cat died, I wouldn't let you off. And I really won't." Truth is, I only got to know Lucy by chance. After going through Anna's storyline 3 times, I'd pretty much forgotten most of the book. Until 2 days ago, when a stranger contacted me through someone else and straight up asked if I'd seen Tom. The system reminded me that this person was Lucy, the female lead of the book. Lucy told me that Tom wasn't just her husband, he was also a fugitive who'd killed someone abroad. That's when I found out Tom had been married to Lucy all along. Coming back to mess with Anna was just him hoping Anna would help him out. I shoved Tom toward Lucy and said, "Go ahead, go reunite with your real wife." No one said a word. Lucy strode over ready to drag Tom away. Just then, Anna came back after buying the food and stopped her. "What are you doing?"